Right, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in again. We appreciate to have you. Podcast number 2.
New Noise.
We made
Don't
it.
forget the name.
The New Noise podcast. How are you in general? I've actually not talked to you that much since.
Not great.
Since like last week. Not great. Yeah, ill.
Yeah.
Mox.
Had a fever since Sunday. Mox this week.
Yeah.
So it's all just happened at the wrong time, really. But
yeah.
hopefully I'll be better by the end of the week.
Yeah. So we're just going to cover a bit about what we've been listening to recently, because we tried to get this. We were going to sort of maybe looking at getting it out last week, and then we've had exams.
Well, we're going to do it
like
on Monday as well. But
so we've just set it back. But this is hopefully out today, the day that we've recorded it.
Wednesday,
Fingers crossed.
yeah.
Fingers crossed. So anyway, what you've been listening to since the last podcast?
How long has it been? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
What have I been listening to? I've been listening to Lee Scott and Wiley quite a lot. Lee Scott is a Scouse rapper from Liverpool, and Wiley is he's got ties with like Skepta and Boy Better Now and stuff like that. He's a white rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nothing wrong with that.
They're bringing out a collaborative project together called the Macabre Brothers, and they've done some work before together. They're both part of like the same rap group, and they released a single that I think is off the project, and then the project's releasing on Valentine's Day, I think. So
Lovely.
and I listened to a couple of Lee Scott's old albums, like his solo albums.
How old is he? Sounds like he's like 40. And
No,
this is his midlife crisis.
He's like mid-20s.
Okay.
It's a really interesting rap style. It's like existential crisis,
Yeah.
like philosophy rap.
Really?
Yeah.
What in terms of like beat and stuff? What's that like? Is it
it's
like heavy
slow.
grime or like?
No. It's like slow. Like it is heavy, and it feels like you're just like trudging along or whatever.
Okay.
You listen to it.
So it's more. It's not like a fast flow like.
No,
or is
it's
like,
easier
it's
to
just,
listen to.
It's just.
Sometimes it's hard to tell what he's saying because he is Scouse, but no, I really like him.
Yeah. I've not really listened to much rap recently.
Really?
No, not to be honest.
Pretty much all I listen to.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, ex-Ambassadors, who I was talking to about in the last podcast, I was like,
yeah,
maybe they'll release an album this year. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, they dropped some artwork, all that stuff on Facebook and stuff like that. And
am I remembering wrong, or was it another band, or did you say like they teased that they were releasing
Yeah.
something, you thought it was an album, and it ended up being a single?
That's the thing, because they released all this artwork and stuff,
Yeah.
and then captioned it Boom and put the date. Now, if any artist captions like some new artwork with Boom, you think, oh, sick, even new music, new album, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not a single called Boom. Like
Right,
that's what it actually was,
Okay.
which was gutting.
But is there an album coming?
No, so they've just.
So they've released more artwork?
No.
Or what?
No, they just released the artwork, then released the song like 2 days
That's
later,
ridiculous.
and it's not great. It's not great.
Is everyone
to be
kicking
honest.
off about it?
No, because they've just dipped. They dipped and then didn't release much for a while. But they've released songs and stuff like that. But obviously they've not done an album. They've not done shows in England and stuff. They still do bits in America and stuff. They're quite big over there apparently. But
Is it a British band?
no, American.
Oh, right,
That
okay.
it makes sense. And I remember because when it came out, I was like, "This is terrible. I need to." Hopefully, someone on Twitter. You know, like whenever something's happening and I'm not seeing it anywhere, I search it on Twitter because then it might come up because people just tweet about random stuff. So I searched that, and the only tweet I found was, "This sounds like a song that Meghan Trainor would write," and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds about right, actually."
But it wasn't very good.
It was just too pop. Like
Yeah.
their older stuff. They're quite poppy, but like their older stuff was just much. I don't know. It just had like the more impact and stuff. They released an EP, like in the early days, which is like. That's got like loads of stuff going for it, different like genres just sort of mixed, and then they're just releasing pop tunes, and it's just like...
Yeah. I'll tell you what else I've been listening to, which I thought that I'd never enjoy, but I actually really got into. You know, Playboy Carti?
Yeah.
The American rapper.
I do.
Like mumble rap.
Yeah.
I actually find it...
He's alright.
It's really enjoyable to listen to.
I like... The thing with mumble rap is I think the beats can sometimes be better than a lot of actual rap.
Yeah, the production.
A lot of
so
actual
good.
rap. And as someone who can, you know, like, I want to be able to, like, make these beats and stuff, and I'm like, I was trying to do stuff like that, to be able to hear a good beat and be like, that's sick.
Yeah.
Even if over the top they're going, yeah, and, like, saying some
That's
rubbish
another
and
thing,
stuff.
like, with grime. Sometimes I'll just sit and listen to instrumentals.
Yeah, because
because I
They
just
could
prefer
be
it
the best
over
bits,
hearing
yeah.
bars. Yeah.
Another band who have sort of changed route.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I've seen everyone kicking off.
Maybe
about
not
it.
a band that you listen to much.
I've never been. I enjoyed that one song.
That one song. What was that one song, Jack?
I don't remember.
When was it?
Must have been about 2013. It's that one that's like Drown. That's what it's called. Yeah. It's like one of their biggest songs. So I was just.
If you can't tell,
jumped on the bandwagon with that one.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
So I was listening to the new album this morning because I've heard bits.
Yeah.
I've heard bits, and I know loads of people who listen to them, and I had listened to like a lot of the older stuff and stuff like that.
Did you listen to the really old stuff?
Not the really old stuff.
Because when I listened to Drown, I was like, well, I quite like this.
Let's go back.
I looked through the comments and everyone was referencing other songs and stuff like that. I went to the old comments and the actual like heavy like death metal, proper screamer stuff.
Yeah. But that's the thing because when I'm pretty sure when That's the Spirit came out, that was the album. I think it was 2015 or something, and I remember everyone was about like year 10, year 11. Bring Me the Horizon was like a controversial topic.
Oh, only 2015?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
keep forgetting it's 2019, mate, honestly.
It's mad. And I think it was between them 2 years where people were like, they either loved them or they hated them, and they got loads of stick for it. It's a bit like 21 Pilots, but on probably a bigger scale, and for longer, because 21
Pilots. Are they from
dipped.
Sheffield?
21 Pilots?
No,
Bring Me the Horizon.
Bring Me the Horizon. I swear they are. I know the lead singer is, that Ollie Sykes is from Sheffield.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Bit of local talent.
Should get him on the podcast. So yeah, they were like split, between everyone at that time, and I think that was because they had an album called Sempiternal, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's such a good album," and stuff like that. And then they
what style were it? Were it like the 2015 style?
It was like heavy. It was more like that. I think I've not really properly listened to it. I've heard a couple of songs from it, and then they released That's the Spirit, and I listened to that quite a bit. A few songs there, Drown's on there. And so I'd heard that, and I thought that was a good album. Did what you did, backed it up and listened to it a bit. But people proper had a go at That's the Spirit, I'm pretty sure. Or some people hated because they said,
hated the new wave fans.
It's not the old Bring Me the Horizon.
I get that.
And now they've just took it to a whole new level because now they've got this some sort of electronic. I don't even know what it is. Like I genuinely, I wouldn't know how to describe it.
Everyone that I know who's listened to it and talked about it on social media and stuff like that, they've said that they absolutely hate it. And they were all fans that enjoyed it back in that 2015, 2016
It's weird.
era.
I can respect when artists change because that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
I can respect that. But some of the songs are just like in terms of the genre that he's going for aren't great.
Yeah.
Like some of them aren't.
Like if you put it alongside another artist's discography in that same field,
it's just not. Yeah. It can't stand. And like there are a couple of songs where you've got the basis for it, and then they ruin it because they change it. And I can get why he's maybe wanting to change because like he's got all that heavier stuff, the screamy stuff.
It's
they're like depressed.
It's messed his throat up, hasn't it? Apparently you can't do it anymore.
Yeah. But like he's that depressed state and stuff like that. Maybe he's just not, he's got over.
He's happy now.
He's got over that point in his life.
He's
but then if he's happy, why is all his like artwork and stuff like he's a depressed teenage girl? He's got like other love hearts everywhere, and it just seems like they're trying to appeal to that audience.
Yeah.
For me, anyway. There's like elements of pop in it and stuff, but it's the electronic stuff I don't get. It doesn't add anything to the vibe.
And you wouldn't expect it from
exactly
with the history that they've got.
Yeah, it just I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty much all I've been listening to be honest. I listened to a band called Sour Sin, which means
S-A-O.
I'm pretty sure it's like
something like that.
it means like little heart in Chinese.
Right. Is it a Chinese band?
No.
Oh right. Okay.
They're just cool. It's like Ariana Grande with a Japanese tattoo that means whatever it means.
It was like barbecue grill or something, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was meant to mean. Maybe it was meant to mean barbecue grill. Who knows? Listen to them. They're quite good. They're like sort of the old Bring Me the Horizon. Yeah. They're quite good. I showed someone them yesterday who's in my music tech, and he's like, they're too screamy for me, and I was like, you what? That's your kind of. Yeah. But anyway, they're all right.
Feel like pure shit. Just want to Bring Me the Horizon. Man.
Anything else you wanna?
Not really. No, I would have mentioned the Skepta and Wiley situation at this point in time, but we're going to
But
talk
we'll get
about
on.
it later.
Yeah, no,
anyway.
we'll get on to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We'll get
That's
on to that. Do you want to cover your track first, my track first? We can do the Skepta Wiley track first if you want. Well, let's do that.
All right, okay.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So I've listened to. So you've given me the. It's quite a new song.
We're doing the track swap again.
I'm sorry.
Introduce it.
We'll get. Someone requested timestamps as well.
All right, okay.
So we'll have to timestamp this one for the track swap. So you've given me Skepta, Wish You Were Here. It's quite a new song. How old is it?
It released last Thursday, I want to say. I'm not sure. It was just sometime last week. It's not really it's very recent.
Yeah. And then you sort of said, listen to Wiley, the Flip the Table freestyle.
Yeah.
Is it a freestyle?
Yeah.
Probably not, is it?
Well, he's not going off the top of the dome. It depends what you define as freestyle.
And so there's a bit of banter going there. I don't really understand the situation. Wiley sort of says.
Why? I think
he's sort of like.
Do you follow Wiley on Twitter?
No.
You honestly should. Every time he puts a story on, watch it. He is hilarious.
He probably is.
It's like the only thing that I can compare it to is the UK grime scene's version of Kanye on social media.
Right. Okay.
Like
so
he just speaks his mind. I think he's going through a bit of a midlife crisis at the moment.
Right.
I don't really understand why, but it was part of Boy Better Now.
How old is Wiley? Because everyone's always like, oh, he's the godfather of grime.
Yeah, he's like,
but he looks.
He's
early
mid-40s.
Is he? Really?
What, do you think he was older than that?
No, I thought he was younger.
Oh right,
I thought he was younger. I knew he was old. He's one of those people. It's like Pharrell. When I first found out that Pharrell's like coming up 50, I was like,
yeah.
But I thought he was younger.
So yeah, Wiley was part of Boy Better Now, or I think he officially still is. Mm-hmm. So that's like Jamie, Skepta, Wiley, Friss, Shorty, just a group of MCs from London, and he's fallen out with them for some reason, and particularly with Skepta. I've got an idea as to why. I think it's because Skepta's become a lot more Americanized in his recent work.
True.
Like it was Wiley that sort of like brought him into the scene when Skepta was really young. This was like 2000 and like early 2000s, mid 2000s. So it's a long time ago now. It's over a decade easily. And Wiley's just calling him out for being fake because he wants to do something different. Like he did Praise the Lord with A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, well, I remember because when we were, I wrote down about festivals. We'll get onto that later. Yeah. When we were sort of thinking Leeds last year and Skepta was supposed to be there and he pulled out. You were saying Skepta's spending a lot of time in America. Yeah. I remember you saying that, but that was obviously before Praise the Lord. Obviously.
Yeah. So Wiley addressed Skepta and Dizzy in this track, Flip the Table. He's had beef with Dizzy for years, like for much longer, over an altercation that they had years ago. Because it was another thing where Wiley brought Dizzy into the scene. And then Dizzy went behind his back or whatever, and they've not been mates since, and there was like violence and stuff like that. So Wiley sends this diss out. I've got to say, it must have been about 6 weeks ago that he sent this diss out. And normally in grime, if you send a diss to someone, they could put a reply up before the end of the day. Yeah. Like I remember, I think it happened in the Chip and Bugsy Malone beef in like 2016 or whenever it was. There were replies. There'd be like 6 disses released in a week or something like that, just going back and forth.
Yeah, in the song though, in Skepta's song, he says that he produces and mixes and raps on his own beats. So 6 weeks to get a pretty good song, pretty good quality song.
I didn't like it.
We'll get onto that. But like, in my opinion, it's a good production.
Oh yeah,
and in terms of everything that you do, the whole image, and let's take it out of the drama.
Yeah.
Let's say he just releases this song and he's made up this situation for the lyrics.
Yeah,
it's a good song. Yeah, in terms of what it is.
I mean, Skepta's always been a sick producer. Yeah. Like I think he produced Praise the Lord.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
Like it was his beat, and
maybe that's got something to do.
He does loads of production for American artists and English artists, and he's always jumping on feet. Like he's been active recently.
Yeah.
He featured on a song with a English rapper called Double S. I've not listened to it yet, but it's got like pretty high praise. Yeah. It's done well on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
anyway, we'll get into the content of the song.
Yeah, it was weak from Skepta, honestly,
Really?
in my opinion.
Wow.
Like, if you go back and you listen to his older stuff, like when he released Greatest Hits and Microphone Champion and albums like that, in terms of production and stuff like that, it sounds like it could have been on one of those albums.
Yeah.
But in terms of lyrical content, I thought it was lacking. Like, some of the stuff that he was saying was pretty good. Like, when he addressed the fact that Wiley talks about that he went to prison and stuff like that on social media, but he got arrested for, like, not paying parking tickets or something like that. Like, he calls him out on that, saying, well, yeah, you did go to prison, but at least tell people what for and stop stunting, like, acting like...
I think the bit that I sort of remember and picked out was the bit where he's on about Radio 1.
Yeah.
Because I think you think of Radio 1 now and you think of, like, Charlie Sloth and, like, you know, that sort of
not
thing.
anymore.
Well, no, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like, that's what you think of. You think of, like, that whole thing. And I can sort of understand because, like, because Wiley's Skepta talks about Wiley being, like, really involved with that, like, with the whole BBC, like, the whole that whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's not really. He's trying to play it off as if he goes to prison and stuff like that. He's this bad man working for the BBC sometimes. Like,
yeah.
And then Skepta gets called out for pushing himself into the American scene and stuff like that. But realistically, that's him pushing his music forward, the same as Wiley's doing. But it's not even as like he's not. Skepta's not pretending he's not pretending it's anything else.
Wiley's just like a grime purist.
Yeah.
And because he sort of like nurtured Skepta into becoming what he is today, I guess. He sort of feel like he has, like, maybe he don't get the recognition that he deserves or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
And
I was looking on Spotify and Wiley's got like on his top 5 songs. It's like you judge every artist ever. His like highest is something like 7 mil or something like that. Yeah. And you look at Skepta's and Skepta's is like 90 something mil, which I know I'm just saying like Wiley could see that and be like.
What I'm gonna say is, can you remember when I know it's not grime obviously, but when Wearing My Rolex dropped?
I can't remember when it dropped, but I can.
Obviously, like, we were really quite young at that point in time. It must have been 2011, 2012, something like that. But I, from being that young, can remember it being absolutely huge.
I can remember it being pretty big. I don't remember the day it dropped.
Yeah,
but I can remember at the time it being a song that everyone.
And then he did Heatwave as well.
True. Well, that's actually the only reason why I knew Wiley, because of Heatwave. No, I don't mean now. I mean in general.
Okay.
That was like, my first.
That was your introduction.
That was my first.
All right.
Because it was like it was summer. It was we were like.
It was like 2013, I think. I remember it quite well because it was in the charts for ages.
We must have been. What year were we in then?
It was like, I want to say year.
It must have been year 8.
Yeah,
it must
I want
have
to
been year
8. So it would have been like
13. It is a good song. You hear it, it's like a feel good song. It's a feel good song.
Yeah, but
it's not a grime song.
I was gonna say anyone that's into Wiley, like
there's an example there. Like that's not him.
Yeah, no. He went pop for a few tunes, and he tried dance as well, and it worked for him. But so he's come back to his roots now.
Each to their own, innit?
But with the Skepta diss, it actually does give me some hope. It might be false hope, but it's hope because. Like I said, in terms of the lyrical content, I know for a fact that Skepta can do better.
Yeah.
So if Wiley replies now,
Skepta
it could turn into a whole bigger situation where they are going back and forth. And I think it was the day after this tune dropped, Wiley tweeted in the morning that he was going to the studio to record a reply that day.
Wow.
Wiley's very bad at releasing things,
right.
So he might release it in a month. He might not have even recorded it. He might have just been rambling on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I feel like it could be quite entertaining. Like it could be a good thing for the scene, especially with the international exposure that Skepta's got now. With his newer fans, his more like Americanized fans, they might enjoy this track that is released, and then through that they can get into grime or whatever.
That is like a gateway sort of thing. I think I probably, because Skepta is a really good producer. You listen to that. He brought out, I can't remember what it's called, the EP that he brought out, Halloween. That is really good. That is really good, and he produced that, didn't he? He produced all the beats on that.
I'm not sure whether or not it was all of them, but the large majority of them.
He'll have been with, he'll have like...
Yeah, he'll have been in the studio.
And he'll have done it.
Yeah,
he's not just got a beat and done over it and stuff.
No.
And I think if that's what he's enjoying and that's what he's good at and stuff, that's what he's practicing the most. So he'll go to America and do all that, and maybe he's just pushed his lyrics to the back.
Yeah.
Which is why now that he's he's not in practice, all that but that could just be something that's...
I think it'll be good anyway. We'll just have to see how it plays out. So we'll move on to the track that you gave me now.
It is a tune.
I was so confused by this song. Like, I only listened to it today, like after I came out of my mock exam, and I was just... I just thought to myself, why have you given me this song? Like, there must be an explanation.
No, there is a reason.
That's what I want to know.
Just describe what the song is. So like, what kind of style, that sort of thing. Just how you listen to it.
I was thinking about this while I was listening to it, and I was like, I wouldn't even know how to categorise this into a genre. Like, I wouldn't know what to call it. It's like, it's a story about a guy who's... I don't know where he's travelling around. I presume it's America.
Well, I'm pretty sure
it's an American band.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, I don't know.
Oh, did we say the name? The track...
the track of this one. We did say the track of this one.
So, the track was called The Way, and it was by the band called The Band.
The band called The Band. Did you listen to the remastered version?
Yeah, it was the one on Spotify.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why is the other one worse?
In my opinion.
Alright, okay.
They've got a couple of versions.
Alright.
They like made not a slow dance, but they made like a dance one out of it.
I just found them on Spotify, and it was like the most popular track, and it was a remastered version, so I just listened to that one.
Yeah, that was the one you were...
So it's about this guy travelling around, and he's got like a pack on his shoulders or something like that, and there's a woman called Fanny, and it's about like her taking the weight off her shoulders and putting it on his or something like that. And he goes around and he talks to all these people, and
pretty much
the dialogue's described through the
pretty
song
much lyrics. And they are definitely American. I don't know why I question myself, because they talk like redneck. Yeah. They're proper. The actual it's like if we're gonna class it genre wise, it's sort of country folk, somewhere between those lines.
Yeah.
So this song, it's more of a, like you have those songs that you connect to rather than you like listen to for musical reasons.
It's got sort of like a sentimental attachment.
I'm not the biggest country fan. Like, I hate some country. The accent annoys me, stuff like that. But this song was in Planet of the Apes, the second one, right. Hear me out.
You're holding very near and dear to your heart.
It's a good film. The second one, only the second one, right. So the first one's what's the first one called? Rise. The first one called Rise, not the old ones. The new ones.
The remakes.
So there's Rise, Dawn, and then War.
Yeah.
Rise is okay.
Have they all come out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Rise is they finished it now.
Right.
Spoiler alert. Cover your ears if you want to watch the last one.
I'm kidding.
Caesar dies, so they can't really carry any more on.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Which is really expected. It was like.
Yeah. What do you think? It was too played out by the end of it?
Oh. Fully.
And you were really into it as well. So like, if you say that it's enough, then it's enough.
Because we were watching it and I was like, oh, they've milked this. They've proper milked it. But anyway, so Rise was alright. Dawn is hands down the best film I've ever watched.
Is that the one where by the end of it they like attack the human settlement and they're all riding on horses with guns and stuff? Or is that Rise?
That's what.
Alright, okay.
That's Dawn, where they're like running at them and stuff like that.
Oh sorry, I meant Dawn.
Yeah, no, that's
the
Dawn.
first one, isn't it?
Second.
Oh, okay.
The first one's the one where they're coming over the bridge.
Right.
The Golden State Bridge.
Yeah.
So that film is, I think it's just incredible. The end where the music's building up and like the human guy is like they're like head to head with like each other. There's the ape and he's just like holding him and he's just hugging him, saying it's gonna be all right. And it's just and I'm just like, oh wow. That is incredible. It moved me.
And there's such a banger to accompany it as well.
No, not that tune. That's a different tune.
Right, okay.
So this song comes at when they've come to like an agreement with them.
Yeah.
The apes are like, okay, you can get to this place and get the power for everyone because everyone's sort of starving. There's no electricity. They need power and stuff like that. And the apes they're all settled at the moment. So Cobra's not done anything stupid. He's the stupid one. Caesar's not dead yet, so everyone's happy, and everyone's friends, and they've been allowed into like the apes' home, and they've got the electricity working, so everyone's celebrating, and they turn the power on, and they go to they find this power station, and it's like, oh, they found it, they've done it, and that song plays in the background,
right.
And for some reason, it's just a feel good. Like whenever I'm like,
how did you actually find the song? Did you watch like the end credits, like search them all up?
I actually don't know how I found the song. I think I just searched like Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Song.
It's quite interesting. 'Cause I don't think I think in terms of like as personalities, you're a lot more like naturally musical than me. Because like watching a film or a TV show and then going to try and find the song. Like
you don't
it's
do
something
that.
that I'd probably never do. Like,
wow, I do that all the time. I listen to like soundtracks of films sometimes as well. That's really embarrassing.
The Lion King soundtrack.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it's a banger. I know.
Is this? Yeah, I do a lot. So I don't know. It just connected with me. I was just like, it's just a feel good. Whenever something bad happens, and it sort of passes, and I can feel like I can look at it and I can just go.
It's quite like
I can just go.
Yeah, what I liked about it is like it's not a sad song, but it's like quite somber.
Yeah,
like,
it's just a song where you can just go. You can just relax. You just put it on, and when it comes in, you just have a little smirk to yourself. And you just go, yeah, all right.
Pretend that you're on a horse. It makes you feel like you're riding a horse.
As an ape.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it, really. Would you say you'd listen to it? You say no.
To be honest, it's not something that I put in my playlist. Like. This is the case for me with a lot of music. I won't put it in my playlist, but if I was listening to the radio and it came on, I won't turn it off. I'd listen to it and I'd think, oh, this is a decent song.
Yeah, I just quite like it.
For me, stuff like that, I don't really have much replayability to me.
Yeah.
So.
In terms of the Skepta tune, I feel like with it being a diss, I probably wouldn't overplay it. I'd probably listen to it and stuff, but it'd get outdated, especially if some more tracks come out and stuff.
The thing... Like when I listen to dissers and stuff like that, I have to go back and I have to listen to all of the tunes from either side.
See,
in order.
I did that with the Sidemen bit.
I don't think you want to be admitting that one, mate.
I'm joking.
But with like the Chip and Bugsy beef, I've done it a couple of times. Like just go back and listen to them back and forth, because it. Once you've listened to all of them, it creates like a complete story. Yeah. And
I get that.
That's what I like about it. So
anyway,
just after seeing how it develops. Onto the news.
The news.
What's been happening?
This is a bit of an old one, but I was looking into it.
It's not that old. I was reading up on it today. It's like
I was looking
3 weeks.
Yeah, I was looking into it, and all the news articles that are recent. That's the thing I'm going to talk about. So there's the Chris Brown incident.
Yep.
A girl alleged him of rape in Paris. Him and 2 other men or something like that.
Yeah, in the article that I read, it said one was his bodyguard and one was just a friend.
Wow. And I was looking, and all the news articles, you know when you search on Google and it comes up, so I just searched Chris Brown, wanted to, and it came up with the news articles, and all the news articles were positive about him.
What do you mean in terms of positive?
Positive in terms of Chris Brown celebrates 1 billion streams 2 days ago.
Right,
after 3 weeks ago. He got
I mean,
and he could be innocent in terms of that, but we know he's not been in the past.
Well, this is what I was gonna say. Like, he's been released from custody or whatever. I'm not sure if the woman's still pressing charges or if the case is dead now. But regardless of the fact, whether or not he did do it or whether or not he didn't do it, he's got a track record that suggests there is a higher possibility of him having done it than for any other normal person.
The only track record the news care about is his 1 billion streams on his track.
Hooray.
It was something to do with
What do you think of his music?
I'm not a big fan, to be honest. It's too...
do you like R&B?
Freaky Friday. It's too... it's too like... It's just not me. It's just not me. And plus,
I get that.
I wouldn't be able to listen to it without thinking too much about
I feel the same
him.
way. The only Chris Brown song that I could listen to and enjoy is the one with Busta Rhymes and Lil Wayne from like years ago.
I probably know it.
The one where Busta Rhymes does like an absolutely sick freestyle and he's sat on like
an
elevator.
Yeah, I think I know. Because
I'll have to
I'd like listen to like because I can. It's the same with like when I think of Chris Brown back in the day. I think of Neo.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, they just
it's just R&B.
They just strike me because that was like a whole new thing as well, wasn't it? Back like the top charts featured a lot of that. But let's keep it moving from that.
Yep. This one's big. I love this.
Sir Savage.
And I wish that we'd been able to talk about it on Monday when we were going to record.
Because that was so fresh.
It had like just.
Yeah. Well, actually, because we were talking about this yesterday, and what you said to me was his birth certificates had been released, and yesterday
found his birth certificate.
And yesterday it was made official that they actually are his documents.
Right.
So they're not fake. They're not anything. They're his real documents.
I feel bad for him, but I see people on Twitter getting outraged. Like, how can you make fun of this guy's situation? Like,
it's true. Yeah, it is true.
He can't have a life in America.
But we're not
anymore.
laughing at that.
He's got 3 kids and all this.
Yeah.
But I honestly think, in terms of the memes, it's British culture that's being mocked.
Not even.
Fact
I guess
he is
because we're taking the mick out of how he'd be if he was British.
Exactly. Yeah,
British. But I think that's. I don't think we're taking the mick out of his situation. No. I just find it really funny that this SoundCloud mumble rapper who goes out, gets rich, gets women, does drugs.
Yeah. Oh, it's called. The Chris Brown song. Look at me now. Look at me now.
Yeah. I'm familiar. I just find it really funny that.
It is funny.
He's just because I was saying to you yesterday, he was 13 when he went to America.
Yeah.
So that means he did primary school. That means he sat in a class. He did his maths tests. He did his spelling tests.
He grew up with the mat on the floor with like the roads and the town on it.
He wore his pumps inside school. He went out and played football at lunches.
Yeah.
Imagine having 21 Savage up front on your Sunday league football team.
I think it's kind of mad that he didn't have more of a British accent than he does.
I also think it's kind of mad because how old is he now? 20. He's not. Is he 26? I feel like he.
I don't know.
I saw somewhere he's mid-20s at least.
Yeah.
I find it so funny that he's not slipped up.
Well,
how on earth hasn't he? Because
I was reading. He's been charged like twice for different things. I think one was like assault, and then the other one were like a drug-related charge or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's never been flagged up.
Literally, it's
he's there on an expired visa.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me, but.
I mean, he's done well for staying there for as long as he did.
It'll end well, just because what actually are because I don't actually know, what actually are the like charges for overstaying your visa? Is it just
I think they just deport you.
Just telling off and send him back?
Yeah, so he'll be coming back.
See?
I think we should
treat him like a hero, get him a tour bus,
I was going to say
send him on a tour of the UK.
We should all go to the airport and like wait, cheering, like welcome home,
welcome
21.
Welcome home,
Sir Savage the 21st. Yeah.
It is quite funny.
I've got a question for you about it.
Yeah.
If he comes back, and hypothetically, he does like he bursts back into the UK scene,
that'd be so
and
funny.
he does a collaboration with a UK artist. Who would you pick?
Who would I pick?
Yeah. Or who would you think is most likely?
Most likely, I can't say Skepta, but it probably would be just because of the American vibe, and I probably want it to be Skepta because of the beat would be incredible.
Yeah,
the beat would be, and Savage's flow actually isn't that bad on his new album. Did you listen to that?
No.
He brought out a new album. It's got J. Cole on it. It's quite good actually. It's quite a good album.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's not like mumble either. It's got some meaning behind some of it.
You can actually hear some of the words.
It's quite good.
Not bad.
Right. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Something I've not wrote down. I want to cover.
Okay.
6ix9ine.
Yeah.
How old is he? Nice Kermit the Frog impression.
Sorry. How old is he?
Yeah, 22.
Is he?
Yeah. How many years do you think he's been sentenced to prison?
He got like double life plus 44 years.
47. So
right.
it's 47 plus 22. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That's all I want to cover on that.
Is that actually true?
That is apparently true.
Jesus.
That is apparently true. It's maybe his estimated time. It's maybe his. But that could be a.
Sometimes do you like question reality, like whether or not we're in a simulation or anything like that?
Yeah.
21 Savage is British.
True.
KSI and not why did I say KSI? 6ix9ine is gonna be. I don't know where KSI came from. 6ix9ine is gonna be 69 when he comes out of prison.
He probably won't be though, will he? He'll get charged with like 10 years, he'll do 5 and get out on house arrest.
He'll get parole or whatever it is.
He won't do.
That is funny though, that is really funny.
I wrote down festival news.
Yeah.
You don't really have to cover it, to be honest, it's a bit of a dead topic, but there's been a couple of announcements, haven't there? Are you thinking about going to any festivals?
Leeds Fest looks like hot trash.
It always does though, doesn't it?
I know.
Everyone just complains about it, but then everyone goes.
I've saved a picture of it on my phone just so that we can run through it quickly.
The bands that are there are alright. Foo Fighters. I want to see Foo Fighters. Lil Uzi. I want to see Lil Uzi. Even though he's
we could have talked about that as well. I'm so confused. He said he was going to retire from music. I checked his Instagram, and there was a post from like a week ago of him in a studio.
You said that to me. Yeah. He won't retire. It'll just be a big.
Do you think he's going to drop Eternal Attack or whatever it is? Do you think he's going to do it? I think he will.
I think he will, but I think it'll be like a 4-track EP.
Yeah.
It won't be an album.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I just realised I've got the wrong lineup saved on my phone.
I think I've got it somewhere.
That was last year's.
I've got it somewhere. I'll have a look. I know it's pretty alright.
Right, here we go. I've got it
in terms of.
So there's on a Friday, Foo Fighters, Bastille, The Distillers, Notes, Sundara Karma, Dennis Salter, The Amazons, and Youngblood.
Is that
Are we not looking at the same one?
No, I don't know.
No, we are. Yours is just a newer one, isn't it? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we won't go through all of it then, because there's just too many.
I'd see Foo Fighters, A Day to Remember. Loads of people I know quite like A Day to Remember. They're alright. I don't know, a couple of them there. Lil Uzi, I'd like to see him just because I'd like to see him in real life. It'd just be funny, just because he's really small as well.
Yeah, he's another person that makes me question like reality. Just him as a person.
Yeah, because he was at a basketball game and a fan like recorded him and said, "Oh, Uzi, come back to music," and he turned around. I can, and it's like that's weird.
I saw that one.
1975, not a big fan. Royal Blood, they're alright. Juice WRLD. I want to see him just go, "You made my heart break." I want to see him do that. Joji, Filthy Frank.
I've not listened to him.
I've not listened to him.
I fell out with him after he decided to do
I'm
music.
sure he's heartbroken.
I just want Filthy Frank back.
Yeah, but you can't, can he? Want it making him die?
Well, yeah, but
he should sacrifice.
You have to
his
sacrifice
life.
Yourself for the greater good sometimes.
Sunday, Post Malone, and bringing us nicely onto the next topic, AJ Tracey. We've been asked by. We're going to move on to the feedback section, so this is what you at home have suggested we talk about.
Yeah.
AJ Tracey has been requested. What's your opinion? New singles, expecting on the album, thoughts?
I don't think we're going to agree on this.
I think we will agree on this.
I
think we'll agree on this, but
all,
the people at home won't agree with us.
I'm guessing it was our friend Bailey.
It was James, actually.
Oh, really?
It was James.
Right. Because I've talked to Bailey about it. Yeah. About AJ.
Well, I've not said anything to either of them about the things because I wanted to give it a go.
So I don't like AJ anymore. It's another artist that I've fallen out with.
Why?
I feel like Wiley with Skepta right now, but like he just needs to go back to his roots. Like when he was doing Spirit Bomb and Nyla and like Packages. If you listen to the Packages freestyle on Link Up. It's like,
I have, that gets shared
like
about Facebook,
40 million views or whatever. Like, it's so sick. And like, when we've been to see him live, we went to see him in Leeds. It wasn't last year, but it was the year before. Yeah. Wow. So we went to see him in Leeds, and it was the Secure the Bag tour because he just dropped that EP. I'll be honest.
It wasn't great.
I didn't like it that much.
No, but he played a lot of his older stuff, didn't he? So.
If I had an opportunity to go to the Lil Tracy tour, which was the EP that he released before Secure the Bag, I'd have much rather have gone to see that. Yeah. Because like the track Capri Sun with Chip off that EP is sick. Like I listen to that song quite regularly. Like I've not stopped listening to him entirely. I just don't like his new stuff at all. I feel like it's a situation where he's selling out for mainstream.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I think there's one of them, the one with I actually quite like his album. I like the image he's going for. I quite like that whole rockstar vibe or whatever. I quite like the whole. I like because he's taking some like edgy pictures and stuff like. I quite like the
Yeah.
production side.
Do you think it's a little bit cringy though? Cause like
Yeah, it is, but that's only because the music's not great.
He used to do grime and all this, and now he's portraying himself like a
Yeah.
country star. Like,
Yeah,
what's all about?
I think the one where he's got a picture of a goat on
Yeah.
it, that's a good song. Can't remember what it's called.
I don't know.
The other ones, the Lovers, Losers,
Yeah,
it's
I
it's
didn't
wasted
like it.
on me because it's too fragile. It dances around
Yeah.
what he actually is, and
Yeah.
he doesn't get right to it, and it's not a hard hitting. Whereas the one with the goat, I'm just gonna call it the one with the goat.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind.
It's all right. It's got a
alright,
nice,
yeah.
it's got a nice bass to it. It's quite heavy. His flow's all right on it as well.
I just want to go back to like 2015, 2016 when like
In general, so do I.
when AJ and like all of MTP, which was like the collective that he used to be a part of, they would just go into like radio and just doing grime sets,
Yeah.
and they're absolutely killing it. Like I'll still watch them. I still think they're all sick, but like it's just not something that he'd do
I know
anymore.
what you mean.
Like all of the other MTP members, they're still going and doing sets, and like one of them, you know, Big Zoo.
Yeah.
You
Not
do know
personally.
Big Zoo, don't you?
I do.
He's
I've
got
some
it,
with
like
KSI.
he's got his own BBC One Extra.
Yeah, he
show
does it
now.
because didn't he like got a chunk of what Sloth left behind,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah. There was like 4 people that One Extra
And they-
introduced
yeah.
after Sloth left, and
Which
he
is
was
good.
one of them.
I like that because
Yeah.
to be honest, I didn't really like Charlie Sloth.
Yeah,
I
I think he deserves it as well. Like I think Zoo's a
He
sick
does,
MC.
he does,
Like
yeah.
the mentality that he's got and stuff like that,
Definitely.
and he's just a really funny, like interesting person. Like
Yeah.
the stuff that he's done, not regarding music. He's been on like Radar Radio, which don't exist anymore, but he did like zoo visits and stuff like that, and they gave him like his own cooking show.
Yeah.
And
It's funny,
they're
yeah.
all hilarious.
Yeah.
Like
But yeah, no, I don't know. I just don't fancy him, to be honest. Another thing we've been requested to talk about:
yeah.
Revenge of the Dreamers 3. Now
Yeah,
you're not aware.
I read
of,
this. No,
You're not aware.
I don't
of
know what
this.
it is. It sounds like a movie.
To be honest, the artwork for it, I get all the artwork for
Who
it.
is it by?
Movie. It's like it's Dreamville. So you know J. Cole.
Yeah.
The label he's like with and stuff. They get all the artists under their label, and they release an album
Right. Okay.
together.
Yeah,
Revenge
yeah,
of
yeah.
the Dreamers. So Dreamville, that sort of thing. And I show you the artwork now.
Right. Okay.
I quite like that.
Yeah, it looks sick.
That's quite cool.
Nice and simple. I was expecting it to be like really over the top.
No. So I've listened to Revenge of the Dreamers 2. It's quite a good album. There are a couple of songs on there.
Is it just loads of artists?
I'm
and
pretty
there's
sure
like a couple of tracks.
there'll be
each
some more.
artist?
There'll be some more on this one because he was saying, "Oh, I've just been in the studio with like loads and just testing for Revenge of the Dreamers 3," which is when he announced it. And
So it's not released yet.
no,
All right.
I don't know when it is releasing, to be honest. But there are a couple of good tracks on Revenge of the Dreamers 2. I was listening to it earlier today. There's like Caged Bird. I think there's one called Tabs or something. That's quite a good one. And there's loads of different styles because J. Cole can cover a lot of ground
Yeah.
in his rap, and we'll get on to what he says in his new song that he released. And I think he covers a lot of jazz beats and stuff, and just keeps it nice and chilled whilst he
Like
raps
mellow.
over the top.
Yeah.
He can do that hard hitting. He can do the not mumble, but he can have like a really well produced melodic beat as well.
Yeah.
He can do all that, and I think I'm actually quite looking forward to it, to be honest, because I think he's a really good not down to earth, but a good like middle ground, which is what his new song's about.
Yeah.
Artist, in my opinion.
Yeah. Everyone that I know that listens to him, they always give him like really high praise and stuff like that. I've never really checked him out, but I listened to that song, which is what we're going to talk about next. What's it called? Middle Child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was quite good. Like he does seem quite a
Self-aware,
diverse,
yeah.
like a skilled rapper or whatever. So I mean, I'll probably give it a listen, depending on if there's another artist on there that catches my attention. Or
There might be, you never know, but because there'll be.
Kanye. In fact, no,
He
there won't be, will
because
there? No,
he's not signed to the label. No.
Oh, right, okay.
There'll all be people like less well known than him as well, because
Right,
he's like
yeah.
the head of that. But yeah, so we won't cover it too much. But he just released that song "Middle Child," and he just talked about how he's like.
I realised a second after I said Kanye that like in the song he's like
He disses Kanye.
stop making things up to sell some shoes or something
Yeah.
like that, which is obviously a direct.
Yeah.
It's an indirect,
But
it's
it's
a
direct because it
diss.
couldn't be anyone else
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
So he's sort of because he's obviously not Kanye and he's not Drake and he's not in that
He's not exploded yet.
God tier.
Yeah,
not God
yeah,
tier because they're not God tier, but I just mean media.
That's how you
pushed in
classify
front of
it.
the media, like
Yeah.
always in the media. But he's not an unknown rapper. You say J. Cole and people know his music.
Yeah.
And it's hard for him because he can't push into the media,
Yeah.
but he can't drop out of it because he's had the musical success.
Yeah.
He went platinum with no features on For Your Eyes Only.
Right.
Maybe, or maybe it was Beverly Hills. I can't remember. One of them. I'm sure no one's gonna kill me.
Yeah, no one will fact check you. You'll be alright.
So he's in like a hard position, and I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like KOD.
Right.
I wasn't a big fan. That was like his like recent album stuff. I wasn't a big fan because it didn't have like the beats that I wanted it to have.
Yeah.
But his flow and in terms of like his words and stuff like that, he's incredibly talented on that.
Right.
But I'll listen to it. I'll give it Revenge of the Dreamers 3 a cheeky
Give it a go.
cheeky listen.
Give us something to talk about.
Yeah.
Finally,
You
you've put on
mentioned-
here that you want me
yeah.
to talk
I
about
do.
the Kanye and it's YNW Melly featuring Kanye.
Yeah.
Mixed personalities.
Obviously.
And you've listened to it?
I have. Well, you mentioned it to me and I hadn't listened to it at the time.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
We're both.
I
we're
just
both
I
Kanye
came to the bus stop
supporters.
one day. I was like, "Have you heard that new Kanye feature or
Mm.
whatever?" I mean, it's okay. I think it doesn't actually have a verse in it, does he? He just sings a chorus.
No, that's what I mean, and that's what lets me down really, because I don't mind the chorus,
Yeah.
and I don't mind the instrumental. to be
It's a
honest.
nice little
it's a
catchy
nice-
song.
But then it needs that chorus, and then when Melly
Yeah.
goes up high after the chorus, I'm just like, we've heard your auto tune now.
Yeah.
Stop and let Kanye rap.
Like you want Kanye to like
You know,
jump in.
you've got
and
you've
just,
got
like,
you've got Kanye on a track.
Yeah.
Why are you
Do
getting him
more with
singing
it.
a
Yeah.
chorus whilst
Yeah.
you auto tune over the top of it?
The video's so
Why
weird.
do
If you
that?
watch the video,
No.
it's really strange.
Really? I'll check it out afterwards. But yeah, it's a catchy tune. If that's what's on Yandy, I'll be disappointed.
It will be.
I'll be disappointed. But obviously that's
I
not
don't
his.
think.
That's not
No.
his tune. But
No.
has Kanye got like a label?
I don't know. I won't want to say.
Imagine if Kanye had like artists under him, because he doesn't do many features recently, does he? He's got like Lil
No.
Pump and he's got this guy. Imagine if like Kanye had his own label and like Lil Pump and
Yeah.
like all that was signed to it. That'd be so weird.
We should talk about Harvard Dropout on the next episode.
We will.
Does it come out soon? Does it come out?
I think it came.
It's not out yet, is it?
I don't know.
Harvard.
I thought it
Dropout.
was. It's before the NBA All-Star game, I think.
It's
Sad.
it's very soon anyway. I'm pretty sure it's within the next week.
Drops
so
on
we can have a talk about that.
22nd of this month.
Oh,
the
so it's in
22nd
like
of this
3
month.
weeks then.
So-
Never mind.
Probably won't be.
You looking forward to it?
Not really. No.
He
No, not
said-
really.
I remember him saying that he lost the hard drive with all the songs on or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he's got it back.
He probably
did, you,
would've.
did you see the Instagram video that he uploaded?
No.
He like smashed a massive bottle of champagne and like tipped a huge table over because
He just.
he lost the hard
He's
drive.
a weird kid.
He's interesting,
He's
isn't
a
he?
weird kid. I think that's pretty much all we've got
Yeah.
for today.
I think we've gone over.
We have got-
the allocated
we have gone
time
over.
that we gave ourselves.
In terms of we've got a couple more requests. We had Ocean Wisdom. It's
Okay.
someone who I think you'll have heard of. You'll probably
Yeah, I've listened to like one of
you'll
his
probably
tracks.
like.
Yeah.
He's got like the Joey Badass type beat.
Right.
He's probably the person who I'd sort of get his beats, but he's got like the English
Yeah.
flow. We've been asked to talk about some indie folk.
Right. Okay.
So I'll tag myself in and give that one a listen.
Okay.
You can take that one off. And then we've got some sad rap to discuss. But we do appreciate
So
all
we
the comments and stuff about what to
need
listen
to go and do his
stuff.
homework now.
We do. But no, we appreciate everything that when people are giving in, because
Yeah.
half the stuff we've talked about there is things that people have asked us to talk about.
Yeah.
So if we
I
can just
think-
get more.
I think the most important thing is just keep on giving us feedback.
Yeah,
Like anything.
definitely.
As long as it's constructive and don't
Yeah.
say like, "Oh, I thought this episode was shit." Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
we said that last one.
I mean,
so yeah.
you can say that, but at least
But tell us why. Tell us
Yeah.
why. No, but the support on the last one was great to have, and it's just
I was really surprised.
it's just got over 200 views, which might not sound that much, but it's a pretty good milestone for us to have on the first one as
first
well.
episode.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Check out all the socials. Check out all that good stuff. We'll put
At jack.gordon _ on Instagram and jackg__16 on Twitter.
I actually meant the podcast socials.
And I actually don't know the podcast ones.
It's pretty easy. We'll put links in the description.
Yeah,
we'll put links
yeah.
to all the songs. We'll try and get timestamps in this one.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you all later.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Sorted. How long have we actually just done? Because that was much longer than 20 minutes. Was it like 45?
No, 35.
Oh,
Yeah.